What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another episode of Predict the Prem, another full round of Premier League fixtures this weekend, where me and my brother go head-to-head on predicting the outcomes of the Premier League games. The scores at the moment are 286 to 264 in Simeon's favour. The way the scoring works, it is 5 points for a correct scoreline, 3 points for a correct result, and both teams to score 1 point for a correct result, and the star man as well, which is 2 points for a goal and 1 point for an assist. And let's get straight into it with West Ham against Newcastle, and I have gone for 1-1.
Oh, interesting. I've gone for 2-1 to West Ham. I've gone for the shade it. Trippier with being injured with his broken foot. It's bad timing for them, just on the back of 3 victories. So I think they're going to be like high confidence, but West Ham, they got a last-minute equaliser against Leicester last time out, and I think they should have too much for Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, I was toying between 2-1 to West Ham and 1-1, but I think that Newcastle, in resurgent form at the moment, 3 wins on the bounce, albeit, yes, Trippier has scored in his last 2 games. West Ham, very hit and miss at the moment. When they do get over the line, not really playing that well, but they're a very Jekyll and Hyde team at the moment in terms of results. So I think Newcastle can surprise them here, so that's why I've gone for 1-1. Next game is Arsenal against Brentford, and we've gone to the exact same scoreline here at 1-0 to Arsenal. I think it's pretty self-explanatory in my view. I mean, Arsenal's defence is looking good. Their strike force not really looking good, and Brentford really struggling at the moment. So I've gone for 1-0.
Yes, Brentford are struggling for goals at the moment, aren't they? So I think Arsenal should have enough to keep a clean sheet. And although they're also struggling for goals, Arsenal, they've got enough to probably get over the line against Brentford. So, unfortunately, I've gone for a 1-0 victory.
Yeah, let's move over to Aston Villa against Watford. I've gone for 2-1 to Villa here.
I went for 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone for 2-1 because surely they got to get a goal from somewhere, Watford. 3 games now under Roy, haven't scored yet. So, I mean, I don't really have anything to back up why I think they're going to score, but I just think just because they've gone 3 games without a goal has got to come from somewhere, maybe off the backside of someone, an own goal, something. But I think Villa will have too much for Watford here, but I can see Watford just getting a goal from somewhere.
Yeah, I think when in terms of Villa, things are starting to go a bit wrong for Stevie G. Hasn't had the easiest times with it of late. Obviously, last time out losing 1-0 away at Newcastle. But with Watford really struggling to get on the score sheet, I think as well, the whole Emmanuel Dennis thing with him in the AFCON I feel like it might be affecting him negatively because they prevented him going on a technicality. Reportedly, he wasn't happy about it, and he hasn't scored since that whole debacle, and he was in sparkling form before that. So I think maybe
Watford have scored since.
Yeah, so I think maybe they have to think about repairing that relationship potentially. But with Sarr back, they might have a bit more threat. But I think Villa, I think their defence should be good enough to keep out Watford. So I've gone for 2-0, and Coutinho's in good form, isn't he? So
yeah, and Ramsey as well.
And Ramsey.
Let's move on to Brighton against Burnley. What have you gone for in this one?
1-0 to Brighton.
Ooh, interesting. I've gone for 0-0. Brighton with 1 win in their last 8 or 9 home games. Really not on good form at home. Burnley, they're getting results over the line at the moment. I mean, historically in this game, there really isn't that many goals at all. Last game that this game was played, it was 0-0, and I think it could be a repeat with Brighton struggling to get through games at the moment, especially at home.
It's going to be with Burnley desperate for points. They're going to be fighting tooth for nail. So I expect it to be a very close game. I thought Brighton were mightily unlucky against Man United to come away with that with a 2-0 defeat, and I expect them to turn up in this game thinking they have to put right some of those wrongs. So I've just got them to shade it.
The thing is with Brighton, when they play against the big boys, they always kind of turn up. It's these games where they get unstuck sometimes.
It's true.
So that's why I've gone them to go 0-0 anyway. Crystal Palace against Chelsea. We've gone for the exact same scoreline at 2-0 to Chelsea.
Yeah, I think Palace, 2 draws in their last 2 against Norwich and against Brentford away, with only 1 goal scored. I think Chelsea back fresh from the winning the Club World Cup. That's what it's called. I've forgotten what the name of the competition was, but yeah, I think they should be having a lot of that should give them a lot of confidence going into this game, having world champions. I think They should go
Conor
for line.
Gallagher won't be able to play.
Conor Gallagher won't be able to play, yeah. The only hope is maybe Olise can continue his form, but I've gone for them to finish 2-0.
Yeah, pretty much the same thinking, to be honest. I think it's a pretty standard scoreline, 2-0 to Chelsea, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Liverpool against Norwich. I've gone for 3-0 to Liverpool to carry on their complete domination. They're playing really well at the moment. Luis Diaz has added something else as well, another option off the bench, and I think he's been super impressive since coming in. And obviously Salah and Mane back, and they haven't scored since coming back, so I think Norwich could be on the end of a bit of a hiding this weekend.
Yeah, I think 4-0 for me. Jota, I think, did go off injured reportedly, but they got Firmino to come in, Mane's there. They got Luis Diaz, who apparently is, I watched him yesterday and he was brilliant again when he came off the bench. So they got more than enough options. I think Norwich, as much as they've improved a bit under Dean Smith, they won't be able to handle Liverpool. So 4-0.
Yeah, I think that might be, you're going to give me a clue who you put as star man, right?
Maybe.
Let's move on to Southampton against Everton. I've gone for 1-1 in this one.
I've gone 2-1 Southampton. I've gone for them to get the victory. I think they're in very good form. They're playing some really good stuff at the moment, and I think they're more of a unit than Everton right now. And Everton's back line is a bit suspect, even though they did win 3-0 against Leeds. I'll give them confidence, but I think Southampton provide a different set of problems. So I've gone for 2-1 to Southampton.
Yeah, it was an interesting one because I was toying with a Southampton win or a draw. Everton, since Frank Lampard's come in, I mean, all in all, they've been playing well, I think. They're looking okay. Southampton, yes, they're on a really good run of form, but I don't think they're just going to brush everyone aside that they're playing at the moment. Yeah, it could very well be a Southampton win, but I went for 1-1 just for the new manager bounce from Frank Lampard, to be honest. But if you're looking at the two teams in form coming into this, you'll definitely favour a Southampton win, that's for sure. But let's move on to Man City against Tottenham. I'm scared of these predictions here.
I went 3-1.
3-1. I've gone 3-0.
Wow, no goals.
Nah,
not even a breakaway consolation for Sonny.
Unfortunately not.
Not even a Kane Howitzer.
Man City's defence are near impenetrable at the moment. Tottenham really not playing well, especially if you take the last two games into account. And Man City are just brushing away teams at the moment. So it's going to be a long, depressing trip up to Manchester for us this weekend.
I think you're mostly right. I do think that the way they commit a lot of risk going forward, and the high line they make I think we've already seen against Liverpool that Tottenham are able to find some chances through that if we play with the 3-5-2, and I think we will do that. So that's why I've gone for Spurs to get one goal. I reckon Son will find one. But yeah, our defence is just nowhere near good enough, and City are just steamrolling teams at the moment. And how they played in midweek against Sporting, away from home,
half-time.
Yeah, away from home, Champions League knockout, round to 16, you're 4-0 up at half-time. It's like they are just being as ruthless as... This is the most ruthless I've seen them for a while. Like, even past couple of years, they've been good, but they haven't been this ruthless. And now they're like got that ruthless edge back, I feel.
If we let our heads drop this weekend...
So, yeah, exactly. It could be
a cricket
because they don't care. They don't let up. They just don't let up.
Yeah. All right, let's move on swiftly on. Leeds against Manchester United in a big game up north. I've gone for 2-2 here. I've gone for a Desmond.
I've gone for 1-1. We've both gone for a draw. Yeah, I think Leeds always seem to step up when United come to town. I think last year they got a 0-0 draw at home. I think this is like their biggest game of the season, isn't it? This is like their biggest rivalry. Yeah. So I think they're going to put everything into it. United at the moment, very up and down. They can't really get a consistent performance, and they're going to have to be exerting at full energy to get a win this game. And I just back Leeds to get over the line with a draw.
Yeah, it could be a case of Man U taking the lead in the first half and the Leeds coming back into it, because when I've kind of assessed Man United of late, they seem to have good performances in the first half and then completely fall off a cliff in the second half. We all know with Leeds that they've got bundles of energy and they can go right till the end. So I think in the second half, Man U will be found a bit wanting, and it's going to end up in a draw. Next up, we got Wolves against Leicester. A nice Midlands derby here, and I've gone for 1-0 to Wolves.
I've gone for 1-1. I've gone Leicester to grab a draw. They got the draw against West Ham last time out at home, and a very unlucky last-minute equaliser West Ham scored, potentially with his arm even, Craig Dawson. So Leicester will be unhappy with that. But Wolves obviously off the back of a win against Tottenham, but their home form isn't as good as their away form. So I've just gone for Leicester to take a draw in this one.
Yeah, I mean, hearing you say that, probably I sway more with your prediction than I do with my prediction, to be honest. But the reason I went for 1-0 to Wolves is because, yeah, they're brilliant defence. Wolves conceded the second least goals in the league this season. Leicester are really haven't really got going this season at all. So I got a feeling that Wolves are just going to nick this one. But let's move over to the start man. And yes, we have gone for the same man, and that is Mo Salah at home to Norwich.
It's silly not to. Exactly, home to
I've
Norwich.
triple captained him this week.
Oh,
Double
big shout.
week as well.
Yeah, it's a good shout, I think. I might have to do that, I might have to do that. But everyone's going to do it. That's the problem. But yeah, he's got Norwich at home and Leeds at home, so it could be big scores. But yeah, look, Salah scored a goal in midweek. Although, one thing just to put your mind, to play with your mind is he both Jota and Mane went off early, and he's played 90 minutes in midweek. So
they ain't letting him. They ain't resting him.
No, they're resting him for Norwich.
They ain't resting him.
Could be, but yeah, I've gone for Mo Salah.
Jota went off injured, you're saying?
I think I can't remember if he went off injured or he just went off, but he went off early. I know that. We'll see. But look, yeah, Salah's, if he starts, he's guaranteed to get something, isn't he?
Yeah. All right, so that is our predictions for the Premier League this weekend. I want to know your predictions, and I want to know who you think is going to come out on top this weekend. Is it going to be me or Sim? That is Predict the Prem for this week. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.